Okay, good deal. So let's go. Control Alt T, okay, and we'll pop it up and we'll say big, okay, good deal. So now we're already on to the next thing. So let's say CD into desktop, go into our LFS stuff directory, okay, and we will go ahead and let's call it screen right here, okay, and let's run links LFS book. Let's see what else we need to do. Host system's done. How to build an LFS, blah blah blah. You guys can read all that. New partition. I'm gonna skip over the new partition deal. Okay. I'm gonna go straight to the packages. Okay. So let's look and see what we need. Okay. So we can go ahead and get click on every one of these and go get these packages. All right. But there's like 80 packages that we have to download. So that's just not the next way. So let's do something about that. Let's say Control A. Control A. Actually, Control A, Control C. I can hide that window behind it. Okay. And I can say links. Links has a dump switch to it, which is very useful. Okay. And if you use that, I can say links dump LFS package or LFS book. Okay. And this will take forever. But at the same time, what it does is it kind of gives you links. Well, if I put it into less, it sends out the formatted output too. Okay, but also too it sends out URLs. Okay, so we have to search through that. So let's say something like we could look for package fixes, blah blah blah. Download. Here it is. Okay. We can look for this stuff here. Now, here's a link that we can go get our packages from. Okay. So let's say something like quit, and instead of just putting out all the output, let's grep through it and say grep HTTP. Okay. And then we'll put that into list. Okay. So that's looking a little bit better. Alright. We have a package URL there. Okay. Blah blah blah. But I would warn you against this. Okay. Because you can cut this apart and get what you need, or most of what you need. Okay. But I don't like doing it this way. And I'm gonna hit quit, clear, and I'm gonna fire up say quit links with a Y. I'm gonna fire up links start. Okay, and we'll go to, we'll say open source or Oregon State University open source labs. Okay, and I'm gonna put FTP in front of it. Okay, good deal. So I'm gonna go look at my URL at the bottom too. Google search placement can vary, okay, but the URLs will stay the same. Well, sometimes. Let's say we'll go to others, okay, and this is Oregon State University open source lab site. I like this site. They have a lot of stuff in here. Almost any Linux distro packages, blah blah blah, is all in here. I'm going to scroll all the way down to LFS. Okay, you can see here they have LFS packages ready. So we'll go all the way at the bottom, LFS packages. Okay, now we have 6.0 all the way up to 7.3. Okay, and that's cool. And if you keep going down even more, you'll see that there's tard packages. Okay, so all these packages are already in a tarball for you, just ready to download. Okay, and we can do that, but I don't want to do that. Let's have a little fun and use a little bit of our brains to kind of make up a list. Okay, so here we go, we're in 7.3. Look at my URL, okay, where we're at. And you can go all the way down here. There is a thing called a wget.list. Okay, and you can just get the wget.list, and then you can use that. Okay, but I don't want to do that because there's been problems in the past where with older distros and everything else like that, the links may be broken. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that Oregon State University is updating this quite often. Okay, same as the LFS site. I just can't operate the LFS site as far as getting packages, right? But the um, uh, wget lists on the LFS site, they're updated, maintained, or whatever like that. But what if they stop maintaining them? Say if we're doing this operating system 5 years from now, and LFS 8.3 is out, and we want to do a 7.3 install, and those links may have been archived or anything else like that. So, it's kind of iffy on that. So let's say we can look at some of these Greenwood software lists. See, who's to say that that's not, I've never even heard of them. Who's to say that maybe they wouldn't say, this is an old package, just put it in greenwoodsoftware.com less.archives, okay, and then you just lost a URL, okay? So if you would go then and try to download this URL, you'll get 404 errors, package not found, then you have to go search for it, or, something like that. And it would not be a good day. Not be a good day. SourceForge, I kind of have no faith in them, and that they wouldn't check 0.0 or 0.9.9 and move it to an archive, say, even within 6 months, So if they update that in the wget script, say on the LFS site or even this site here, that would be okay. But what happens if they don't? Okay, and that could be a problem. I ran into several problems with older LFSs. I think a 4.0 and a 2 point something. That that was that was the case. And yes, it's because they were so old, and that's okay. But even with some of the 6.2 packages, I think I had problems with. So that's old too, but you know, it's a little iffy. So instead of doing all that, we're not going to get a wget list. We're not going to get anything else like that. But look at my URL as I scroll up. All these packages right here, they're here, true. And in the URL is also here too. Okay, so all the packages I actually need are right here. Okay. So instead of using wget list, I can just go ahead and I can make my own wget list and just pull all these packages down that I need. So let's do that now. So let's say, let's say, no, I don't want to exit. I want to go all the way to the top here. And I want to copy out this URL on the bottom. So I'm going to say Control A, escape, my copy mode. Let me take my cursor, move it down to the URL, to the beginning line, say enter. And I'm going to drag out that much and say enter again. Okay? So now I have that in my buffer. And I can do something over here. Make a directory. I'm going to call it LFS packages. Actually, LFS packages is a great name for it. Packages. CD into LFS packages. And let's then say links. I'm going to use the dump option. Okay, so it's going to grab the formatted text and the URLs, and I'm going to say Control A, close bracket, we'll paste out that link, and I'll put this into less. Okay, it's a good deal. So this is what's on the site here. If we keep scrolling down, we'll start seeing a whole bunch of URLs pop up, okay, and that'll work just fine for us. But the issue is that we don't have what we need. We have packages from 6 all the way up to, say, 7.3 and turbos and everything else. You could do that too. That's fine, okay, if you want to. But I'm not going to do that. let's add 7.3. If you can see here at the very bottom that you have LFS packages slash 7.3, and up here in our when we dumped it out, we never put a 7.3 there. Okay, so let me put 7.3, and I'll send that through less. Okay, now these are all the formatted text of the packages we need. And if we keep going down, there's all the URLs that we need. Okay, so that's what we will do. Okay, and unlike, say, these packages being at different locations, okay, which could be subject to change. Who knows? There's at least, say, 5 different sites up there, right? Who's to say they're not going to move stuff around on you and blah blah blah. And then you would have to depend on a wget.list that has to be updated. You know what I mean? So, but constants like, say, GNU.org and everything, I don't think that's going to change. Binutil is not going to change, but it's always a sure bet to do it. Something like this. Okay, so we have that. Now, I don't want to connect to the internet all the time to do this. Alright? You get timeouts and everything else like that. Little burps. So let me put it into a list. I'm going to call it raw.list. Okay? And I can then say cat raw.list. And I can pipe that through this. Alright, so now I have the list on my computer. Okay? Everything is good. Now let me operate on it. And there's a commonality here, and FTP is one of the biggest commonalities of mostly all these packages that are here. So let me cut this apart, and we'll say catraw.list grep4 FTP. And put that into less. Okay, so now we only have the links here. Okay, we only have the links, but they're still numbered out. So if we put that through, say if we put wget20.http, we're going to fail like a bomb on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to eliminate that. I am not the best with awk. The only way to get better with awk is to use awk. I'm a cut man. Alright, well, let's not cut. Let's say awk. We'll say awk out. Print column 2. Okay, put that through less. Great. So you see all our numbers and everything else. God, I hate that toolbar. All our numbers and everything else disappear. Okay, these are the raw links. We still have some jarble up here, but we can get rid of that. And it'd be easier for us just to take this output here and we'll put it into, say, get.get. Okay. And let's remove raw.list. Let's say get.list. Move get.get to get.list. Okay. And let's say vimtiny get.list, and we'll just manually edit this here. Okay. So I'm going to stop at autoconfig, and I'm going to say escape dd, just erase out all that jargon across the top there. Alright, stop autoconfig, that's my first package. Take a look at it. It's not too bad. Looks good. Looks good to go. Hit escape, right quit. And now I have a wget.list that doesn't need to be maintained, updated, or anything else. It's stable from the open source university site or Oregon State U site, which is an awesome site. And there's no variables like other people. So let's say we can put that into something like cat get.list, and we'll say while read line do, we want to say wget $line. Okay, and then we'll say done. Phone, and we'll say done. So now we're going to download all of our packages that we need. Okay, and that's how that is. So, and even if we went to say, let's go back and look for LFS 7.3. If we went to the LFS site, version 7.3, view, blah, 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 target architectures. That's a book. Is this the book? That's a PDF. Linux from scratch.org maybe? Linux from scratch.org. Maybe that would work. I don't know. The site's not the best place I think I go to get stuff. Yeah. I don't know, but I'm sure they have a wget.list up there, right? But I think it still contains like the URLs of the, I want to say manufacturers of it, of that package or program, whatever like that, and that could be subject to change. It could be subject to change. So this is gonna take like 10 minutes or something like that. This would be a good time to just cut the video, and we'll start fresh on the next one. And you guys have a great day.